Virgo, and welcome to your April 2018 general reading. I'm just sorting the cards out here, Virgo, if you give me a minute. Get quite a lot of discs energy. So I don't know, for some of you, finances, you're waiting for something to grow. There might be some challenges there. Not getting hugely difficult cards. It seems to be more about waiting and having to cooperate with other people. Okay. Your additional guidance card, I pulled the star card for you. Okay, the star card is healing card. So if some of you have been unwell, there might be some relationship issues for some Virgos. Okay, I do my relationship reading separately. They'll be out next week. The star card is also about grace. Grace is the energy of the universe. It moves everything, it controls everything, and it makes everything grow. Okay, so there might be a message about having some faith here, Virgo. Okay, I think what's sticking out for me is there is a waiting for something to do with the material plane, and there might be a little bit of relationship challenge going on. So you enter the month with the Fool card and the Six of Wands. So the Six of Wands is a victory. It's a card of success. Some personal issue has maybe been overcome. There's been some accomplishment and some victory. It's with the Fool card. The Fool card is the 0. Remember, all the books have to be 0 so we feel good about ourselves. So I always say to people, always complete things, unfinished businesses, anything that's outstanding. Keep working to keep the books at 0, okay? And then we don't get too weighted down by life, and we don't carry unfinished business. And we then get to feel this freedom of the Fool, this carefree, light spirit, okay? So the trick, not that I'm the Fool card, sometimes I get the Fool card, is to keep completing things, to keep working at chipping away at whatever's holding you back with your connection with the divine. And it's generally past situations that we haven't fully processed and things like that. So there seems to be a message of continually clearing the decks, Virgo, okay? Now, what you most want is the 7 of discs. And I'm going right to your challenge card, which is a 10 of discs. So I am guessing you most want this 7 to become a 10, okay? Some of you might be waiting on news around a job, finances, housing, inheritance, something to do with the material plane, okay? So the 7 of discs is a card of patience, okay? Patience is the high road to the universe, okay? It's a quality of soul that we all really need to cultivate. This is a card of patience and perseverance, but she's ultimately waiting for this 7 to become a 10, and the 10's your challenge. So there seems to be some sort of waiting for news or for some sort of event, because your card, which is your protector energy, is the 3 of discs. So the 3 of discs is a card of cooperation, working with others. Now sometimes the 3 of discs, its difficult side is that our destiny is intertwined with other people. So maybe that's what you're waiting for. Maybe there's some sort of decision that needs to be made, but it involves not only you, but this is working in your favour, which means really, Virgo, have faith. Have faith that the right thing is happening, because if we have to push something too much, there's a really good chance that's not the right thing for us. I'm not saying we don't have to put effort and perseverance into our accomplishments, But there comes a point if we're having to push too much, the best thing to do is to hand this over. Trust grace and trust the unfoldment of your life path rather than pushing it. Because this teamwork and this cooperation and the fact that your destiny is intertwined with other people is actually working in your favour. It's not a punishment and it's not going against you. Really interesting how these cards are all playing off together. Now, I'm going to pull you another card, Virgo, so don't worry. But in your relationship house, you've got the Three of Swords and the Two of Discs. Interesting combination here, because the Three of Swords, I have to say, can involve being in a relationship, a three-way situation. Most of you probably know this. That's its traditional meaning, okay? And if it is, you're being encouraged to let one of these go, Virgo, because look, he's got 2 pentacles and he's been asked to let one of them go, okay? I think that might be for 1 or 2 people. It's obviously not going to be for every Virgo watching. The Three of Swords is also but past sorrow that's still held in the heart. So what happens then, Virgo, is we have certain circumstances in our life that trigger off that past pain. And what we really need to do is remove those swords from your heart. There's a good chance it's been past betrayal, but the wound's not going to heal unless we can get those swords out of it. And this is maybe what the Two of Discs is saying. There's a letting go process that needs to happen. I'm going to pull you another card for this. I'm going to carry on, then come back to this. Now, around money and work, you've got the Three of Cups. That's a really joyful celebration card, which is right almost underneath this Three of Discs. So there's definitely working with other people, which is going in your favour, because there seems to be a lot of joy and emotional happiness linked in your work and linked into your financial situation. I'm going to pull you another relationship card, Virgo, okay? You've got the Temperance card, which is no extremities of behaviour. It's my Buddha card. It's also, there's a feeling of vulnerability here going on for you, Virgo. I love this card, but sometimes she's just floating in this water. And for some reason, with this combination of cards, I'm getting a sense of being overly exposed and feeling quite vulnerable. It's almost you've got a wound that won't heal here. And it's so interesting that my feeling, I want to go into this and sort of take out these swords for you and then let these waters heal your heart, because I've got quite a lot of Virgo friends actually, because I love your sign. And I'm noticing with them, they keep going back to a recurring situation, which is reopening an old wound. And maybe the quest here is to walk away from it, so you can allow this Temperance card, so you can allow this healing of the emotional body, okay? Because I'm definitely getting a sense of you've gone through a death and now you're in the stage of Temperance, so there's a vulnerability here, Virgo. And I'm not sure what else to say. I'll do your relationship readings next week. I'll do you first, okay? And I'm not getting anything bad here. It's just I've noticed this with my Virgo friends, that they keep going back to a situation which is putting salt in the wound and are not allowing something to heal. I'm going to leave that with you. My email's in the About section, okay? Soul Life, the Chariot, beautiful. There's a lot of forward motion here. A lot of something pulling you forward, which I really, really like. And it's with the Strength card. So the Strength card is soul unification. It's And I cannot bear this terminology of lower self and higher self, because there's no such thing. There's just evolution and learning and growth, okay? But this is growing into your real power. Because look, she sees her North Star, she's got control of the lion, and she's walking forward. And there's no, I mean, I wouldn't mess with this girl, would you? She is going forward regardless of what anyone else thinks of her. She's going forward. Both these cards are really passionate. They're about moving forward and claiming your soul's power, integration and growth. Now your outcome, first of all, you've got the Ten of Wands and then the Four of Wands. What different cards? So the Ten of Wands is the end of a chapter. Okay, all the tens are. This is the end of a bit of a dark night, Virgo, because he's coming out at night time. It can represent, it's got so many different faces, this card. Sometimes it says having too many responsibilities and feeling exhausted. Sometimes it's got a more psychological sense of it. So you're carrying a lot of guilt, a lot of things from the past. We need to put these 10 wands down, Virgo. And the good news is he's got a destination in sight. And this destination is his threshold card. Crossing into a new era, a new chapter of a book. This is celebration, it's joy, it's like graduation, new job, something exciting is happening here. The Ten of Wands, we need to start chipping away at those wands, Virgo, basically. You can't help it. Part of your energy is about service. But as I say to my Virgo friends, the ones that are watching, service and servitude are two different energies. And sometimes Virgo energy holds itself too small. And I want you guys to rise up here. Claim your energy. Look at the passion. I don't quite know what's happening in your relationship house. Okay? I told you I've got some Virgo friends who keep reopening an old wound. And what they need to do is take out that thorn. You might have to surrender something that you keep going back to, that Two of Discs. The trick is grace. Grace moves everything, Virgo. We don't do anything. I mean, you know, we don't grow babies. The universe does it. The whole universe is around this beautiful state of grace, which is the Star card. I'll do your relationship readings first next week, Virgo, okay? So please don't worry. Remember, all the books need to go back to zero. And it seems to be around your relationships. There needs to be a bit of a readjustment here, guys, okay? I'll be back next week, and loads of love, guys. Bye.